Pokémon I choose will be... Pika! Zard?
When I was a kid, I wanted a Charizard action figure. Now, back in the 90s, they didn't really make them. Nowadays, you have toy makers like Hasbro and Bandai and now Jazwares. So let's dive deep into the Jazwares 6-inch articulated Charizard Battle Select figure. Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of the Plateau. Today's episode is going to be a little different in the fact that there's no Pokemon cards to be opened, no boxes to rip. It's strictly a collectible video. So today's collectible is the Jazwares 6-inch articulated Charizard Battle Select figure. So Jazwares is releasing these as part of a wave, so there's probably going to be more than one wave, but wave 1 is Charizard, Articuno, Rayquaza, and Greninja. As far as I know, Charizard is the only one that has been released yet. Probably going to be more in the next few months, I'm not sure, but the Charizard one is here, and I was able to order it from Target, and I've been waiting to do this video for 2 weeks, and I didn't have the setup for it until now. We didn't have a backdrop. We didn't have a white backdrop. We had the green screen that we've used before, but we didn't have a white backdrop. We also got a few more lights, and just we wanted the production quality to be a little bit better for a figure collectible video, so we upped it a little bit. So starting off, the Jazwares Charizard figure is very well articulated for a $20 figure. I'm actually really surprised about it. It comes with these double joints for the arms, so you can turn him, his claws, and set him up. And it's very, very well articulated for a $20 toy, especially from Jazwares. I'm not a huge follower of Jazwares. I know I follow Hasbro and Bandai mainly because those are the big names in the toy making industry. But it's a very well articulated item for $20 buy. It also comes with this really cool display. The big thing that I like about this figure is that it's very light. The plastic is very light, so you can actually have him. Let's get him set up here. You can actually have him set up to fly and go off the screen a little bit, but now you have a flying Charizard, so that's pretty cool because there hasn't really been a figure of Charizard that looks really well flying, but that's really cool to me, especially for $20. And I say that there's never been an actual Charizard a Charizard figure to display and fly. It's because there was Bandai created a line of Pokemon figures in 2013 for the D-Arts line. That's no longer a line that they created. The first wave was Mewtwo, Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. And I was able to get one of the original ones from 2013, back when I was in college. So this is the only comparison I have to go off of, is this figure from 2013. It's a more premium figure. It's much more articulated than the Jazwares one. The deco it's better, but this is the only thing I can really compare against in my personal life. So I have to compare it against this one. This one I cannot for the life of me get to stand up and fly because it's so heavy. Meanwhile, the Jazwares one, flies perfectly fine. But I'm gonna put these together after. But yeah, so I was never able to get the D-Arts one to fly because the plastic is so heavy, and I'll show you in a little bit what I mean when I get this display off. Yeah, like I said, the Jazwares figure is able to fly very, very well, very articulated, very nice looking. I've had the D-Arts figure set up in those displays in our usual videos, kind of hovering for the most part. I'm going to go with hovering because that's the only way I could really describe it. And I'm going to show you in a second. that's about as high as I can get him. He's maybe a quarter of an inch off the ground. He's not really flying like the Jazwares one is. He's kind of floating. He looks kind of cool when he's fighting the Blastoise in the display cabinet, which I can post a picture on Twitter and Instagram about it. But he can't really fly. Every time I've tried to have him fly, he falls. He's just too heavy. So the Jazwares is really great if you want like a flying pose for your Charizard, or if you don't want to spend $200 on a Charizard figure that's articulated. It's a great buy for 20 bucks, and I'm hoping that the other 3 figures and, well, the rest of the waves coming out stick to that $20 price range, because it's a very good price range to get a articulated figure for that price. It's a great price point. That's really the price point that a lot of articulated figures go for. Like the I know for Power Rangers, the Lightning Collection, all their figures are 20 bucks. That's a really sweet price point. The Marvel Legends is still from Hasbro, but Star Wars Black Series, they're all $20 because that's a great price point for something that's really articulated. But even with the Charizard, you know, you get these really cool decos with the eyes. The eyes are perfect. The eyes are absolutely perfect. Remind just straight out of the anime. The blue. You know, you get my one big complaint is that the tail doesn't go from side to side. It can only go front to back. You can kind of turn it, but it can't go side to side, so you can't really get like a tail wrapping around his body. But overall, a really good $20 figure if you're either just starting out collecting Pokemon figures, or if you're just looking for something for like a kid, or it's a great birthday present for a kid. If I had gotten this when I was a kid, I'd be ecstatic. I'm only comparing to the D-Arts line because it's the only articulated Charizard that I know of. I know they reissued it as a SH Figuarts in like 2017, 2018. This is the original 2013 D-Arts one, so there's less special effects. There's no I know when they reissued it, they gave it like a flaming wing effect, but it was essentially the same. It was essentially the same figure, same mold, maybe a different paint app, but relatively the same figure. But I'm really surprised by Jazwares because there's not that much to knock on the figure. I mean, like I said, I'm like grasping at straws in that I didn't like the fact that the tail couldn't wrap around, but it's a very good figure, very articulated, very nice. So I'll post a link in the description, but if you want to know when it goes up on Target, please follow us on social media, on Twitter at the PLATEAU, and on Instagram at the PLATEAU, as well as Facebook at the PLATEAU. But it's a very good figure. That's all I can really say, is that's a really good figure for a $20 price range. And if you're a Charizard fan, or if you're just into collecting Pokemon figures, I know I'm going to have these set up to fighting my Power Rangers toys and probably next to my Mandalorian figures. So that's what it's going to be used for. But I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Really appreciate it. We don't do a lot of collectibles yet, just because we haven't found... They have a lot of collectibles. It's just that I haven't been able to get my hands on a lot of collectibles besides this and the last Pokeball video. I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and remember to always subscribe to keep up to date with our latest videos. So as soon as they get posted, you get notified. Hit that bell at the top of your screen. Thanks.